Hello everyone and welcome to my first video on Fallout 4. So what I've got for you today is just a brief look at the Fallout 4 graphics, specifically the graphics running on a GTX 970. Just to get into before we start, it's a single GTX 970. This is an unmodded version of Fallout 4, so no mods running at all. I haven't edited any of the INI files or anything like that. There are some edits you can do. I haven't done any of that, so this is just a vanilla game of Fallout 4. You'll notice that I've started in the evenings, or it's actually early morning. I just did that just so you can get a feel of what the night looks like. Another thing I need to remind you is that obviously because of my internet, I do need to compress videos quite a lot, so this won't reflect a true visual representation. It'll more give you a performance representation looking at how it runs on the card. Um, so yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, what I'll do is I will start walking around a little bit for you and just show you how it runs. Now, for the graphics settings, this is running on Ultra, so completely Ultra bar one setting. So, interestingly enough, single GTX 970, the opening benchmark of the game, much like the benchmarks that Skyrim had, where it checks your graphics card and then it assigns settings to you, it gave me Ultra. So I didn't have to select Ultra or anything like that. It automatically gave me Ultra. So single GTX 970 running Fallout 4 on Ultra, and as you can see right now, it's a buttery smooth 60. You'll see it drop to 59.9, but that's 60 basically. So yeah, I mean, this game seemingly runs really well. I know if you have a look at the video put out by um, Digital Foundry, you'll see that a cheap PC outperformed an Xbox One and PS4. So this game is definitely, much like all Bethesda games, more optimized on the PC. Okay, so hopefully it'll change today fairly quickly, but as you can see, um, the game is running very solidly at 60. This is at 1080p, so ultra 1080p. I'll bump it up to 1440p just now, just so you guys can have a look at how that runs. Um, but I have to say I'm very impressed by how this game runs. Don't worry, there won't be any spoilers. I'm just going to stick to the starting point of the game. There's Vault 111. In terms of the visual quality of this game, the textures, obviously it's open world games, the textures aren't amazing, but even for an open world game they're a little bit bulky here and there, and they're not the best, but it's a Bethesda game, so it's to be expected. Sometimes you will get pretty decent textures and sometimes you won't. The visuals, the lighting in this game, as I'm sure you would have heard by now, is very good. It's probably by far the best. They beefed up the creation engine specifically to allow for better lighting effects. So definitely this game has amazing lighting. Um, Interestingly enough, the one setting I do not have set to ultra right now is God rays, and a lot of people have reported that there is quite literally no visual difference between God rays on low and God rays on ultra. The only difference is God rays on ultra are a huge performance hog for no reason, because they don't improve the game visually. So I have that set to low. Other than that, every single setting is on ultra right now. Why that is, I couldn't tell you. It would be interesting if someone could find out why God rays are hogging so much and doing so little. Now, as you can see, my GPU usage is quite a quite a bit above my CPU usage. This game is definitely not CPU heavy at all. But as you can see, my GPU usage right now is at 70%, and like this game's running really smooth. So it just shows you how well optimized it is. Um, let's just explore around just so you can get a look and feel at some textures and how the game looks. So lighting is very good, textures are okay. Other than that, visual effects are pretty good. Nothing amazing, nothing setting new industry standards or anything like that. But you're never going to get that on a Bethesda game, especially when they're running a 10-year-old engine in the creation engine. I mean, even though they have added to it and made it stronger, it's still going to be an old engine, so it's gonna have its weaknesses. One weakness this game has is animations. I've never liked the creation engine in animations. They've always been a bit janky, but I mean that's to be expected, and it's not too much of a hindrance. Anyway, you can see it's starting to light up now a little bit. The mornings and evenings and stuff are great. Daytime is great. This game is very, very good looking. I think I'll cut it here a little bit, and then I'll get back to you when it's middle of the day, just so you can have a feel of what it is like during the day. And we are back. So it is not quite the middle of the day, it's still morning. You still get the light coming across. I decided I wouldn't wait too long. I wanted to show you, especially now at this time of day, you can have a look at the shadows nicely. The shadows in this game are pretty decent. Again, nothing amazing, nothing to set standards, but they look pretty good. The shadow textures are pretty good and whatnot. Um, so you can see the lighting now playing a big part, and it is stunning. Um, the way the light hits objects and whatever is really, really good. The light filtering, the guard rays, all these effects that they've brought into the creation engine really do add quite a lot. You can see the light off the water there. I'll head down and you can take a look at the water. You can see the guard rays coming through the trees there. It looks very, very good. You can see the water here, crystal clear water. Very nice water effects. So yeah, the lighting in this game are amazing. What I'll do now is I will switch over to 1440p. I will keep the game on ultra and just switch it up to 40 and 40p, and you can take a look at how it runs.